And it's not being respond. Yeah, with like, meetings or making. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like, yeah. Like, yeah, I would be just. Yeah.
You got it next verse.
What is?
I'm sure there'll be others in the shopping. That's Jim.
Hello, everyone.
Made a pie. On web. I did. I made pie that. An apple pie. Jen. Year in a row. I improved on last year. Let's see it.
Hear us?
Kira.
I hear
My
you.
British neighbors thought
I
it
don't
was
see you.
delicious.
Hi.
Said it was lovely.
Hang on, they hearing us? Can't.
I can hear you all.
Okay, can you hear me?
You're the person on the phone I can barely hear. It's like you're low volume.
Hey, this is Amy Brevard on the phone.
Hi, Amy. Now that's better.
Okay, great.
Jen, we can hear you, but we don't see anything. Oh, now I see you.
Not what you want to see, so, and how do I get that up there?
Are you plugged in? Do you have a different screen showing on the board?
There's. Oh, that looks beautiful. They're looking it out. They're, I think they were gonna be here. It's just my, plain screen up there.
So on this screen of the Teams meeting, click share at the top right. And then share your screen. And that'll change it to showing at least to your screen, but now I see your calendar.
Um,
There you go. That'll work. We don't have the camera in the room, but this will suffice.
gonna say, but you guys aren't up there, so.
So we have Amy. Amy, do we have Tara today?
Yes, Tara should be on here.
On the line, you just have Amy and myself so far.
She was calling in. She had a hard time getting in, but I think she should be on now.
Waiting, it doesn't show anybody.
No, there's no one else in the lobby.
Okay.
So who do we get on the line? We have Amy, is that it? And Jacob here.
And Jen, you don't have to share your screen. You can also click at the top and click share a screen, and that way it'll lock on one item to share. If it's like an agenda or something.
How do I do that, Jacob?
On the Teams page.
Okay.
Second, I saw my own box is in the way. Close that. There's Tara, I just let her in. Where it says click stop sharing at the top right.
Okay. Yeah, Taylor just.
Now click that button again. Click share. And don't click screen, click window, and then you can share one window.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Tara.
Hello.
Are you in Texas today?
No, I'm here this week.
Oh, okay.
We just got back from a Disney cruise though, so
Before then.
you know.
Rob, you know?
It is hard to make back.
They gotta make their own dinner and stuff.
Yeah, isn't it just?
Just,
I love those videos that show them walking into their kitchen like, what do I do? I know.
Exactly.
And like smile.
4:32, we have everybody.
We got Amy and Tara on.
No.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get started. We have a quorum. Should we adopt the agenda? Okay. And discussion items, the first one is the Gallup digital IDs. I guess I'll start it off. So I went to one of the finance meetings that, the finance meeting the other night, and they mentioned about the Gallagher digital ID. You guys familiar with that? The IDs that he used?
Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of people haven't heard
Is this it?
No.
Oh, my phone. Digital.
It's an app, so you don't have to pull your ID out every time. You can just like, you can use your phone. And they told me we spent $250,000. I don't know if that's.
Digital ID. Well, it's for the whole system,
Okay.
and that was like approved like in 2023.
Okay.
So that was like something that was done like a long time ago.
So it encompasses more than just the.
Oh, yeah, it's like all the scanners and everything,
Okay.
whole system. And then a portion of that allowed for residents to have like a digital ID. And I think we purchased maybe like 1,000 the company at an additional price. Originally, we thought it was part of the 250, but we purchased like a small amount. And then residents can then think for $15, and it's like, we purchased a small amount of licenses, I guess.
And then they said something about $40,000 maintenance fee, you know, that's.
It could just be part of the whole gallery
Okay.
system.
All right.
And that's a little separate from that. But it is all kind of.
And do you know what our cost is to issue one of those IDs? I mean, is it a pass through $15?
Yeah, whatever, yeah, I think whatever we're charging the resident is kind of like what each of those licenses comes out to be.
The reason I bring it up is because I think a lot of people don't know about it, and apparently last month, 75 people signed up for it. And if we're gonna be a technology, that's part of our core values and celebration, and I mean, it's not the highest tech thing, but you know, we need to get the word out. I appreciate Monday Matters and global about there. I think would be
That is good.
what I would want to know, greatly communication wise, what we do to get the word out more and maybe, you know, promote it and try to get more participation for those that want, like you didn't know about. There's opportunities there.
Repetition. You have an existing vehicle, people, we haven't done it in a drumbeat, so we need to do a drumbeat. The more you help, finally gonna sink in, didn't take much for you to need.
Is the goal, we've only bought 1,000, is the goal, like what happens when we hit that 1,000?
We can,
Okay.
yeah,
It's free for us, right?
No, it's $50.
That's the obstacle.
It is.
yeah,
Value.
the good part about it is, yeah, I think that's what you just, people need to understand, like, if people like to do things on their phone, kind of like Disney is doing now, you know, everything. Like, it's kind of like the same kind of idea, like, you don't have to worry about bringing your badge to the pool. As long as you have your phone. So like, people that are really, you know, IT savvy, they're if they knew about it, they would jump on
Yeah,
it.
there's gonna be a contingency to don't.
Is it one?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the people who use it, like. Users. We need a box of push things.
You have, you. Please forgive me for that. So we have a contender.
The committee has been posting on the back porch. And that's you know,
Did that you? Did that you?
Yeah, yeah.
Can we do it in the magazine in a little blurb?
I think it should be.
Like get that repetition and get it everywhere.
Yeah.
As a communications committee, let's get that out there and see if we can get the numbers up.
Is there some level that we want to achieve with
Goal or something?
zero goal?
I don't.
So
That's just rough. That's just.
So to provide some context on how it's been communicated outside of what we've done in the meetings, we do have it on the digital content boards around town. We also have flyers inside resident services, and then we've been pushing it out in Monday Matters currently.
It's out on Monday, man.
a new resident comes, are they given the option to do the digital ID versus the card as they explained at the time?
Yeah, is it communicated out when they go to town hall, you know?
When they go to
train
town hall to set up, to set up their original badge, their original ID badge is free. Except for renters, they'll pay for their badge. And then they are given the option to, you could say, upgrade and get the digital ID as well for that additional charge.
What if we ban a holiday special for December?
What was that question?
What if we ran a holiday special, like a discounted rate or something, just to see if that moves the needle?
I mean,
Maybe finance or technology probably would want to be able to say, yeah, let's, look at the price part. And then we can just if they do say that, then we focus on communicating that part.
I guess
I
the
would
more.
agree, because the $15 is administrative and licensing fee, most of it being the licensing fee.
That was my initial question, but that pass through, is that our true cost
Yes.
about?
Mhm.
Making it
Yeah, the idea was not to profit off of
anything
it.
in here. Not an evergreen thing. It's evergreen. Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it somewhere here.
Well, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, there is.
We could get it maybe
I put it right here with a little band. Did you get your,
anywhere in touch points where we can get that out.
That's a good idea, just to put the sentence there and then maybe a QR code to the information like that was put in the Monday night.
I would do a box. People love,
Yeah.
they always read stuff in a box.
Yeah, so it might just spark an interest, we could do digital ID and then they figure out how,
Where are you wanting to place these though?
In the magazine, Jacob, they were
In the
asking
magazine,
about.
okay.
Every issue.
So nothing big, it's like a little
Yeah, it's a
banner.
little box.
These
Banner. I like the QR code idea.
QR codes, good. All right, also, any communications manager, help us with that, that'd be wonderful. That way I can report back, that we listen, we're
Yeah,
here,
right there.
listening to you. All right, I think we beat that one. Okay, so the next one is January, February Celebration News Magazine, the 30th anniversary. How's that going? Anniversary.
We'll put it on the cover. I've already talked to Christina about that, they'll
Oh, like a banner or something, good.
Yeah. And I told her whatever we did with the 25th, which I brought it the last time, but that one was just like a little, on the side.
And that'll run all year round, I'll publish it.
Yeah. And then I was thinking, if we wanted to, for the cover for January, that could be, we could do a big logo cover, the 30th, and
I
really,
like it.
that's it.
Launch. The launch, yeah.
Because the first month of the third of the.
And it'll be some people who like you can keep or whatever. Now it's like,
Remember the issue.
We'll have,
yeah.
we'll have.
From a communication standpoint, I'd like to see is we celebrate all year round, any time we can have the opportunity to promote that 30th anniversary. And the cover for January. I've got a list of people who run the lottery. I don't know if everybody knows Michigan, but Disney announced celebration in the lottery, and you get to put money down and try to get accepted in the first build phase. And then found a bunch of people who were in the first.
Oh,
phase.
that's the list. It was
The lottery.
it's the people that had, that's what.
Yeah, that's what, and I found the number one, the first person. So and after the Christmas holidays, they said that we could interview them. And we could do maybe a little story about their experiences moving here and being on the first on the list for the lottery.
Yeah. They still living?
They live there, yeah, they live down, I think I'm over.
Have we, do we plan to reach out to? I think that. Folks, they do the local things, they have local report.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah. Yeah. I talked to, there are each of the organizations, they do local little stories and I'm pretty sure they would cover this because they do like the most obscure thing. So.
Yeah, we need to know quickly, I think we should give them one specific thing to cover, you know what I mean, like visually, I was thinking of what could be that. We're here with celebration, they're celebrating their 30th, otherwise.
I think this lottery is an interesting angle, and that person is a woman who is.
I don't know.
Okay, I think that there's your talking head. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I would just go to like basic PR 101 tactics, media outreach tactics for this. Because again, you're only launching once, you only have the 30th anniversary once. I think that the Disney connection is kind of taken on a life of its own. So clarity about what really it's all about. And, I think people who don't live here, who live either in Florida or interested in Florida, think it's still a Disney. They think it's part of Disney in some respects, which is our case. So I think telling that story and using the existing outlet to help do it is one thing we should not ignore.
I like that when you're saying about like one event or something. I think about the what can we just did? Founder's Day.
Yeah.
But that's not till the end of the year.
Mhm.
But that's birthday related to that.
Let's see if, yeah. Yeah, I can send out a.
Ladies, do you have any ideas?
Can you ask
I
that
think it
again? I'm
sounds
trying to
great.
hear the audios. Oh, can you hear the audio? I'm having a hard time, Amy.
Yeah, it keeps cutting out. I can hear, I think it may be Jacob pretty well and Jennifer, but when Dawn speaks, it keeps going in and out. But I did like the idea about the cover and interviewing the people that Dawn has sounds great. I think that's perfect.
I didn't hear that part. I heard the cover part, but that was all I heard.
We're gonna work on, give it the technology people, don't we try to fix them in the future. Sorry about that. The other thing is, a lot of them, when I reached out to them, they have a lot of archival stuff, magazine, newspapers, photos, and they want to share with us. So there may be opportunities in the magazine if you need the filler for a a picture, from them moving in, stuff like that, as well as 851, the town hall building, where hopefully like a shrine area where we can have archival, like a board or something, we can display things. And that would be kind of cool for that 30th anniversary of the logo and center 30th and pictures around it. Supporting that.
Well, Don, if you could put anybody directly in touch with me, that would
I will.
be fantastic. Only because, my deadline is the 5th for January.
Well, we're not, the first lottery winner, we won't be able to do it for that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I have enough, when
You
we
got
were
it.
actually, I went, found a lot of archive magazines and newspapers and stuff like that, so I can.
Yeah, so we got.
But I would love any pictures that people have. Would be fun for us to be able to fill all those snapshots,
I
of
think-
all the.
Go ahead.
I think it would also be a lot of fun to know how many people are still living here that are maybe perhaps won the lottery. And I know there's a few, but how many do we have? How many families have been here?
That would be interesting to know that, yeah. I don't think there's that many actually, but maybe, I could be wrong.
Who could write who could, because I think that's interesting. I didn't realize that everybody that moved in here had to.
The initial phase was the lottery, and then it opened up to the general public.
Know about them enough to write me something really quick or answer some questions for me.
Kim Hawk, she was.
Yep,
Kim knows.
she
Or
would.
down,
Debbie.
or Debbie, she would know. And she said, told me she's open to
Yeah.
need any,
The. There. When they first did like full thing on their wall for like the celebration and they wanted to reach out to some, original founders and I got them in touch with Debbie and she was.
Yeah.
To, give some
Debbie, and get her contact, thank you.
she's a wealth of.
yeah, she's very,
They've been one of the
yeah.
three residents. And I'll give you I'll get you the names and I think the contact information.
Probably like
The people
reached
that
out on
reached out.
Facebook, yeah, and even if you want to say, hey, please contact Jen.
Yeah.
And like, whatever it is, I'd be happy to chat.
Awesome. Any other ideas, thoughts on the?
What I had was, years ago, maybe we can do 12 things that happen in a friendship. The beginning to the, every month, kind of like. Whatever.
On this day, on this month.
On this day, boom, and then do, you got. Photo.
We get
This is, we're looking, we're going backwards and I think here as a community, the if you get a chance to do this.
Yeah, I was thinking of, the correlation between the new year and how much you can actually, like the thought of somebody actually put this into place, how many years ago, yeah, and now look at it, like making that between setting goals and long-term, because again, I think it's pretty interesting to see somebody map this all out that long ago. And then here we are. Just a matter of, I do have some of those pictures, but like you said, as much as I can get. Does anybody know what business has been here the longest?
most of the businesses that were initially, I looked at the list the other day, they're not here anymore. I don't know which one, if there's any. Stop is great. They were there, they've been there originally.
Really?
Yeah.
Have they had chance?
The original, there was. It's called Raise something, for 5 years. And then to the current owner.
We talked to
Columbia could be original, yeah. I think you're right. It's 1906.
Yeah, we could definitely do. We've had.
Yeah, if you know anything you want, yeah, play out, you do that. That's a good idea. So lots of ideas, thoughts,
Mhm.
and whatever you need, just let us know. Between Debbie and I'm probably, we can make it happen for you. You can go a lot later.
And if you want, I'm not gonna have them until like, I don't need to sit down with them, whatever, I can just say, yeah, usually what I do is send a list of questions, let people send them back and then create.
I'm starting to gather your idea. So I just sit down and.
I know, right?
Yeah, just do the question.
You know, near kind of weeks within the week, we're starting reading subscribing. And why don't we have a news quiz for the next year, like every month, have a quiz. It could be online and get the people who have, can validate their score. We have to figure out how to do that. They can win. I see that.
Value $50.
$50, better than, but there's something like that because I don't know. People like quizzes. I was gonna say Crawford Parcel, but they're really too hard to create. Forget that. But quizzes are really easy to do. All we need is the resource, the background to put one together.
Yeah, because, so you're saying like the New York Times does one?
We can review it.
Yeah, they have
Test your knowledge.
on Friday. It comes out on Friday
Of the week.
of the week.
What were you, week and, well, you.
Sometimes it's really hard. Last week.
I'm gonna say, but this would be media if it was. Yeah.
I feel like based off of the post in town hall.
Right, yes,
I
exactly.
feel like a lot of posts on, events and, different things. It could be something from one.
See how effective.
Yeah, but then it would to read the social media post.
You do like the ultimate celebration quiz. And you incentivize people, we give them something that, it's in the budget. But people would, when we at the end of the range, people are gonna do it.
It's fun too, Think about that.
Just a question, going back to your idea of the local news. I know we're not associated with Disney anymore, but does Disney care that we've been around for 30 years? Do they have any input?
They especially have, cloud. Sure. They have a PR department. I think it's a great thing to reach out to them.
Or like just even like from this company, like PCC. Because honestly, yeah, that's a great way to like reach out to them, see if they want to like say anything in the magazine, and then we can even offer them the opportunity to sponsor one of the new rooms in town hall to leave their name. Yeah, so I really think that they should be one of the corporate.
That's good.
So like we could start with saying like what you said, I think is a great warm way of going about, and that give them that opportunity as well.
Mhm. And the Disney.
That's a brain.
And that would be, that's okay, got it.
Anything else before we move on? Weather camera, I think webcam too, probably webcam. You want to give us an update? We talked last month about, you should have some people on TV station, right? Initially.
Yeah, I had reached out and they didn't, but I have not heard back. However, though, I do want.
And this is the cost of it.
Katie, did you get? Yes, okay. Yeah, because IT can really do a lot of heavy lifting. I think it's easy enough to do that.
So I think it is kind of transitions from maybe the weather camera from TV station to a webcam. There's certain communities that have webcam, a lot of, in the garden does. It's live cam all the time. Other ones may not.
It'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
So one just would be like, oh, you wanna go to YouTube live celebration, then we could have the video to the website, I think, Dom saying, well, but then also a side note is where we can say, the local news station gave, we offer a cam for when you know, in the morning, when they get a beautiful morning day. Because I don't know about you guys, but my station, well, I watch Fox in the morning, but they always use celebration as one of their,
Oh, when they talk about the weather.
yeah, or traffic. They're always like a celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, done it at least, so.
It's like an everyday, they're like, here's the time they use celebration spots there of their name, like how traffic is.
But like you were saying, for my people, about $1,000, maybe 1,500, all over the.
Yeah.
We could be up and running. What he told me, and helped me with, from Corwood driven, the only camera location we could have would be, Lakeside. And it could project, the visual would be the link.
Well, that's what I want. Yeah, I couldn't think of any other.
Well, the only thing.
Visual.
Is Main Street, going down, if Noah wanted to get involved. Would that be a driver for that? Would that be a customer to see that?
You know what, if they wanted to, maybe there could be a second camera, but for a weather, for celebration, I think they want that lake view, is what would be the pretty, I get down, Main Street.
I like this link view.
Sounds good. And then, I mean, even if we wanted, some people, instead of Main Street, it might be good to do Island Village.
Yeah.
They're downtown,
That's a good one.
to give them more exposure, yeah, and then like,
You hear that, Amy?
even if, I don't know if you would want to even sponsor it, because like, it's Island Village by Miami, this too.
I think, help me understand, so like with this, because what I'm thinking is, people are gonna go all over the world, they're gonna tap into Celebrate Florida.
No.
I don't know that they would say, oh, Island Village. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure what this goes back to. We have to, I think, stay grounded in what we initially.
Well, we can call it celebration, where we can maybe put a camera up and.
I'll have to see if we can how you would go between cameras, and I'm sure that you can.
Logistically, tell me, having it in the Lakeside would make the most sense, because the infrastructure is in place. And the camera, apparently, he doesn't know if a user on the end.
It
You,
would have to be.
well, some cameras, you can manipulate your Canon. My college, you can do that on your desktop, but, anything, yeah.
How is it not like?
And, so he doesn't know if that's feasible, that the camera is functional, that can be done. And so as a user, and you guys, you could, pivot the camera to wherever you want.
Yeah.
With the ability to do that.
The thing is, the Main Street, that would be less. That's not even.
Right.
So, the only place we have is Town Hall Pro would be Lakeside.
Maybe initially that's where we go with it, and maybe Lexington would want to.
Yeah, we
And since they're doing their website now, you're creating a new website. So that would be the time that you can incorporate a live team, at least throw it out. Yeah. So,
I think it's supposed to be those. Too.
Look for their website.
What you're saying.
I think the more they should broaden. It should be broadened. Like all of them.
I mean, it's a courtesy, let them know that's what we're planning on doing. Lakeside.
Beautiful.
Committee need to,
Well, I reached out to the head of the liaison and I haven't heard back. Huh? I don't.
Chair right now? Who's the chair?
I think so. But we can also ask them, we can ask them and even their.
I used to think that when they discuss cameras, they're like, with the technology aspect, they have kind of like a lot of good background on what's appropriate and what's not.
Did you bring it up at the workshop on Wednesday or you pull back? Just throw it out there?
Coming from the communications, I don't know, I don't want to be overstepping technology to think.
They gave me.
Yeah, technology, what are we asking the committee?
The technology committee, they have good oversight of all the cameras, because we have security cameras throughout, and they know kind of like what works with our systems. And I think there can be sometimes sensitivities, and, you know, people's sensitivities involved with cameras in general. So they kind of like discussed all types of camera issues in their committees like over the years.
We want to make sure it's compatible and.
Well, I would just say, Dom knows that it came from Dom, who does it, so just putting that there, I mean, this is what he gave, is what should be compatible. Like if I'm not understanding how this process works, maybe, but if we need to loop them in, but in terms of.
Loop them in.
It'd be
Yeah.
because it is kind of a technology issue, and I don't want there to be confusion, like why, and what, like, if we bring this up to the board, the first thing the board's gonna say, what technologies recommended? Yeah. And then it's like, well, we haven't discussed it, and then they're gonna be like, well, why not? You invite them.
Well, I think the technology, their meeting's coming up.
Yes, they're meeting, well, next week.
And would y'all be able to put it on the agenda?
Yeah,
I think that would be good. Okay, it's like, say, you know, this is something that was discussed in communication. This is what they need to do. What's your feedback?
okay.
And then if they're like, okay, sounds great, then I mean, that's it. And then if they have any insight, then they could like share that.
Okay.
The first step would be, and I agree with that, not make sure they're comfortable.
Yeah.
And then we can take it from there. I don't think it should, theoretically, it should be a heavy lift, and we can turn this on a month or two, I'm involved.
Yeah, it's just kind of, you're coming out, but it's kind of.
Yeah.
But that'd be kind of exciting, I think. That's cool.
And like I said, the weekend, and I gotta make sure I want to make sure we can bring this one, which is usually fairly easy. That would be when we get to that place, if we want to say, here's the Town Tavern, brought to you by Town Tavern, or we want to be able to
Okay.
sponsor different businesses that could sponsor. And
If,
yeah,
You'll stand on. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, that's the way you can bring it on.
Any, ladies, anything regarding camera?
I agree. I think that sounds great.
Thank you.
brought to you by Scoops.
Right?
Yeah, Scoops, you want to?
Yeah, sure.
So the Facebook town hall, I see every now and then, how often do you post?
It depends. Facebook town hall is purely for residents, informing residents. So that's important to know because it would be different if we were wanting outreach. If we were looking at numbers, analytics or anything like that, which we are not. So it is purely informal at this point.
Are we maximizing the opportunities there, do you think?
To, I mean, we can post, I can post, if it's, if it's to inform residents, then we can It's not about what we can do, it's more about how we prioritize it, I guess. Does that make sense? It's like I can't prioritize it. If it is a celebration, the priority would be people, math, how do we get them to see it? You gotta look at analytics or this, it's like.
Well, I'm thinking like, in addition to the Monday Madness, right, the flash, more frequently posting on Facebook.
About what, like what kinds of things, what does matter, or do you just think we need to be more active?
I think the fact is, I don't even know what people are to know. There's backwards, which isn't obviously sanctioned by. What is sanctioned by and what are, I think we are. You've got wide range of demographics. You've got the younger generation, like that's where we go to.
Instagram.
Instagram.
So, you know, I think as the communications committee, we should be looking at all.
I think the opportunity, every now and then I'll the town hall. And something interesting, and it's like, wow, I didn't even know you guys posted on over here. Either now, and that opportunity to.
Some of the like things that I've seen a lot of positive in the past is like when we have a project completed. There was one where first was interviewed and were you here?
Yeah, I did that one.
That was great. It was great. I did it too, and residents loved it. Also the landscaping, you know, the landscaping, like stuff like that, I think like residents love to see.
Yeah, I do too. I think it always is good.
It's informative, you know, visually, you know, it's
Digital IDs. I mean, it's the dry subject, but I mean, that's an opportunity. That's another.
it's good PR in general for the association. Which
It should be on your list, like, okay, did I do this? Did I put it here?
That really, that very time consuming.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not it's the stuff that you're like, oh, that was it's not there, it is not. It has to be a priority. And in the grand scheme of things, that is not considered it is the main thing that currently we use it for, which I like hearing you guys feedback. Obviously, this is what it's for. And the way I can go back and say, hey, I want to prioritize more time and see how that works. But currently, it's mainly put the event.
and that is good too. I think I love the map because that's more than just the flyer. Because it gives like
You mean like
yes, yeah,
Gotcha.
that I think is really good. Because it's another way to draw awareness. Because sometimes when it's the same flyer, I think people's eyes start to glaze over. So like another new kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. So that I think that's yeah.
There's a lot, I mean, it gives a lot of numbers. I think most of it is from people for that. Like, that's really what we've been using it for is the events, things like that, but,
Well, like, when the fence went up, I mean, there'd be one, you know, I see a chatter on the back porch going, I mean, it's not a warm and fuzzy moment, but it's, here's what's going on. This is
Yeah.
what's going on, that's an example, you know?
to be honest, like that stuff, I don't even know about the fence.
Well, I think like, so a lot of times, like when Jacob gives us like a management update, I'll ask, can you, like on a project, can we put that in the Monday Matters with the pictures? And he does. And it's like so good, the images are good, the
Yeah.
it's good. I think like when there's something like that in the Monday Matters, it should just also be.
You could reinforce.
You know, like it's a second.
Mirror.
I think he's gonna do the content next for the Monday Matters, so then I think that could be
That'd be a great bunch of.
opportunity to take the splash pad that's in the.
He is.
We alluded to that they take a lot of work. Did we ever get an intern? Did we ever look into the interns? Or it was at the last committee? Because the reason, so it wasn't this committee, right? No.
It was Janine was chair.
Yeah.
I came up.
You remember, okay, did anything ever happen?
I don't know, but that is a good idea because we have a volunteer program through events. So I don't, and they go through like the whole process. So I don't know if like an intern could go through
I
that
mean,
avenue if it's an opportunity.
here we have Facebook. Right down the road. They probably have kids who want to aspire to be communicators. There's one place, and there are universities that are not that far. I mean, UCF probably is too far, but I mean, Valencia College is really pretty close actually, and there are others that are within to get this, you know, to at least meet you, but they don't even have to be here all the time to do something that you need to do. So it was nice getting picked around. I know it obviously maybe didn't happen, but I know we identified people, and Janine was talking to some people. They were getting, you know, consummated, but you don't have to even pay them.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a little like, no, not at all. And I'm all about it, but I would say that that is not an easy, I've started internship programs. That is usually a year out. There's paperwork that you can do secondly, and number two, things have changed so much. Very hard anymore to say, here's an internship program, and they're gonna say, gee, this is very different than 10 years ago. That's very difficult to get. Second, part of the thing you need to consider what you just can't remember. Yeah.
You have to decide what you need and what you.
I think that's been where probably the problem maybe comes in, is that, not saying they can't handle, but it's just kind of saying, what can an intern do that, you know, because, yeah, maybe what we should do is I can make a list of all.
And maybe you don't call it an internship, but a volunteer role.
Okay, so thinking about I like that, because here you go. Kids who are juniors now at Celebration Mentor probably think about college and putting together college applications in the next 6 months. They're gonna have done that. And one of the most critical elements of that is, what did I do to volunteer my community, to volunteer? So that offers an opportunity for.
Yeah.
So they're
required.
Volunteer hours. Yeah, so that is hugely important now. It wasn't important. Now it's really important, and for my kids even who are almost it was important for them too. So I don't know, they have a guidance over here, and I'm sure that they are helping all the kids with, you know, their plan, their strategy, and a very high percentage of the kids in Celebration Life will go to college. So it's probably a nice, you know, test to see if we can make that happen.
I'll get with, Allison and Nikki, or I think it's Allison that runs our volunteer program, and I'll just have to see what the parameters are. Because I know with my kids, they're very strict parameters on what you can volunteer and do, what you want to track. And are very strict on.
Yeah. I don't know that, but I just think we should ask her to ask.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I think that program is already underway and been working on that, so I'll talk to her. I'll start there. Talk to her.
And I think they sponsored school too. Like for volunteer fair, I think town high school like set up a table, and I think they're already kind of, yeah. Okay, there.
Look at my just for that.
They have to drive past it and get out of here. Unless you get hot. If you get Ken?
No.
You can go back. There you go.
And I think it's something with the selection, nobody knew who,
Okay, we were talking about contacting them for the newspaper, for a contribution.
Yes.
The article about the football teams and all that issue.
and that was from somebody who just reached out to me that says she runs this. So that's, I'm trying to find somebody from the school and I'm sure I'll dig.
I reached out to someone and she said she'd get back to me and she didn't, but I know.
You know, mainly it's just a matter of walking in and finding out that. Yeah,
Just just to boast on one of our programs that was launched this year was the volunteer program. We've had over 80 registered volunteers. Each one of those does do a background check through our system. And we have almost 200 logged volunteer hours for Crow events so far.
Wow. That's awesome.
Jacob, do we know what the requirements are for the volunteer programs? Like, were they gonna be already in high school or?
There's some stipulations on it. I think I'm almost positive you have to be over the age of 18.
That's great, though, those numbers.
Yeah.
That's an opportunity to promote that too.
Yeah, it's been a good program. As before, during a lot of our larger events, we would have to pull staff out of the offices to help, with, more all hands on deck style event. And now because of this program that we've launched, it's helped, be able to keep inspectors inspecting and let community members get engaged in a way they weren't able to in the past.
And it's a money saver for the community and for the residents and their monthly dues,
Yeah.
all those labor hours.
They can afford the.
That's a PR, that's a PR moment. Somewhere, somehow. We get
I think
that.
we're kind of penciling that as the year as a one item for our year in review, as this program was launched, I think in January.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Going back to those ID badges, do we know what I can find out, and I've talked to Don about this, is where they're used the most? Where?
Well, yes, they're used the most in Artisan Park. When we rolled out the program, we had a huge peak of people getting them as far as what we've had in the past about 45 or I guess about 60 days that we've launched it. And most of the original ones were Artisan Park residents because of their access to that clubhouse, the gym, and that pool.
And they're is that the most used point of contact, or that's the area that people have got the digital badge?
When we looked up where the most swipes are, it's most swipes are from Artisan, and then whenever we launched the program, we saw the biggest amount of, I'd say, demographic that was coming in and purchasing these was within Artisan Park, which might provide us an opportunity there if we provide some flyer content to the Artisan Park staff. I'm sure they could help solicit it as well to their residents.
Or an A-frame. Yeah, we can put an A-frame maybe out there, something that, because I'm thinking when people need it, when you're like, I need my digital, and then that's when you're going to stop that thing.
Yeah, they have their own digital signage boards. So if we could even provide them free digital signage that they can throw up.
Okay.
And they have a community hosting board near their fitness center as well that we could do a flyer. I know the tech, and on the same motion, the tech committee is working on adding more digital signage boards across our amenities. And with that, we maybe can put flyers out there. Also, something we could add flyers in some of our bulletin boards around the community. And that's another work with Parks and Rec as they manage the bulletin boards and flipping out content. It could be, they are often full. So it would be good that, we could provide them with a flyer that they can put out when they have space, or even if they have an opening, it's a good, placeholder document.
Okay, and create one to give to them and then pass along to Artisan Park as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this got established for the service area meeting, owners meeting,
on Thursday.
Right.
On Facebook, get on Facebook.
Yeah, that's the, it's all the service areas, you know, like a meet and greet here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an opportunity. For the Facebook.
This is St. Paul, not,
Yeah.
not on meeting.
I'm not, it's not that, no, I always try to, like I said, be honest with you guys on what they issue. And it's not that it's more about where it's prioritized and why it's, which is, like I said, just maybe informative. Like I said, it's just different than if we were going with the numbers. But anytime, if you see something that, by all means, I don't take offense to that at all, and say, hey, that'd be a great. So
So we do the reels, to do that's definitely more time.
yeah, they say, and you know, those are usually, some more than others, but usually I try to do a reel once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, any comments, suggestions, thoughts before we close out our year, right?
Meeting number.
Yeah.
When do we, are we good for we're good for 3 months and then have to agree?
Right, in April, we put the new crew. So,
Like we just joined.
To make sure you reapply.
Yeah. Just for you.
The call for candidates was mailed out today for Crow
Oh, is it?
Award. I said the Crow Award call for candidates was just mailed out today.
Mailed out? Like mail?
Yeah.
US mail.
US mail.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But you have to send out.
I thought, just clarifying with mail.
I feel like that.
Are we gonna talk about that, like the timelines and stuff on the workshop on Wednesday?
No, that timeline's already been socialized and approved, but I think we can send you.
Okay, I think I might be interested in, want to get the, get the time. I think I've had some.
Better be cool.
All right,
Just one last
Yes.
thing, next meeting would be January 6th, and I do have Monday in Island Village at this time for 2026. I think there's a couple of dates that we may have to go somewhere else, but for now, that time, first Monday of every.
The 6th, I think, is a Tuesday, is it?
The 6th is a Tuesday.
We're doing it on Tuesday then?
give him
It doesn't matter to me, but.
Well, let me. check that.
I think you were looking at Monday and January 2025 is probably what you're looking
That does sound like.
the. All right, motion to adjourn. Second. All right, thank you all, and we'll see you next year.
You guys.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Wow, happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.